Greetings guys and girls and fellow gamers, my name is Kickz and welcome back to another Division 2 video. Today I finally got the Nemesis, the exotic sniper rifle, which took literally from the release of World Tier 5 all the way up to this week. So this week is the first week that people can actually complete it and craft it and have a play around with it. Absolutely fantastic. We're gonna have a look at the talents and its attributes and how you might obtain it. I hope you guys are gonna have a good time with the episode. If you do, remember to kick that like button in the balls to support the channel. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. So let's get started. So let's have a look at the talents of the gun. It has a 288,000 base damage and 50 RPM and 5 mark. Now, there's 3 talents on it: Counter Sniper, Nemesis, and Preparation. What Counter Sniper does, it increases your weapon damage by up to 100%, depending how long you hold down the trigger. So as you hold down the trigger, a charge goes off, and once it reaches max and you let go, you get an extra 100% weapon damage for your shot, which is amazing. And obviously anything in between from 0 to whatever, to 100. So the Nemesis talent, aiming at an enemy marks them as your Nemesis for 15 seconds, letting you see them through walls. Your shots gain 5% damage to your Nemesis for each second they are marked. Now, Preparation is interesting. While holstered, gain 25% headshot damage when scoped with your current weapon. What that basically means is that your main primary weapon, while the other one is holstered, has to have a scope. And yes, it has to be a scope. It can't be a sight, so when you have a sight equipped, you don't see any difference. But if you have a scope, at least the 3.4, I suppose, I don't think there's a smaller scope, you have equipped, you will get the extra damage. So we can test it very easily. We just have that equipped. We're going to go and replace this sniper rifle with something else, so we don't get the bonus right now. Now here we have a good distance target, so let's see what we get on damage without the Nemesis. So we get about 67,000 crit damage. Yeah, 67,000. So let's change to the Nemesis on the secondary. And let's try that again. 75,000. That is insane. So we went from 67 to 75,000 headshot crit. Let's have a look and see what the second talent is about. Nemesis, which marks enemies for 15 seconds. So if we're gonna have a look at targets over here, I already marked some targets, yeah? So this target isn't marked, but if we hold down, if we select our Nemesis now, and we're aiming at the target, you can hear the little beep. So if we go here now, we can see the targets through the wall. Now you only see the triangles, you don't see a silhouette or something like in the background. So it's not really applying like a whole thing where it exactly tells you where somebody is. You can just see a little marker. So now let's have a look at the damage of the Nemesis itself with the holding down the left mouse. So if we do a standard shot here, there you go, 33,000, 10,000, 33,000. Now let's hold down the mouse and see what happens. It charges the shot for about 3 seconds. And that was 1,213,000. Holy balls, that was insane. So let's have a look and see if we charge it. Now it will automatically shoot after while charging. Yeah. Now this wasn't a crit, but still over 1 million damage. There you go, 1,267,121 seems to be the crit max it does. Now, we do get the speed increase. I can't really see it working in the moment, yeah? So if I do this, and I shoot at the target, it doesn't seem to go faster, but because after 2 shots it's dead, we don't really see a big improvement. So what I think we're gonna have to test this on is like a proper spongy mob, you know, like a boss in a stronghold or something, and then you can test it, but it's supposed to get faster. But overall, it does an insane amount of damage by itself, and my stats are not really all that amazing right now. 64 critical hit damage, 65 headshot damage, we have accuracy stability at 55, we have a couple of bonuses here, nothing too amazing, only 57% damage to elites, so I'm not even all that maxed out on anything or optimized. So imagine you have this real optimized build and you're using this. You probably can get your damage up to over 3 million or some nonsense like that. It must be absolutely insane. To craft the Nemesis, you need a blueprint called Puck's Nemesis Blueprint. You need a scope, a stock, a bolt, and a barrel, and some basic crafting materials like polycarbonate, carbon fiber receiver components. And that's pretty much it. That's all there is to it. Once you have all these parts, you just go and get the blueprint from another mission, which I'm going to tell you in a second, and then you just go to your bench and you craft it. Now, once you crafted it, you can go to the vendor in the White House and buy the upgrade blueprint, which is this one here. Now, for the upgrade blueprint, like any other upgrade blueprint, all you need is the original weapon, 250 or higher, and some components and exotic components. And just like anything else, exotic components are obtained by deconstructing one of your exotic weapons. I'm not sure if you can get exotic weapons again once you deconstructed them, so don't deconstruct a weapon that you're really into. Just deconstruct the one you don't use at all or you don't really like. And each deconstruction, as far as I know, gives you 2 exotic components, meaning you can upgrade 2 of your weapons fully. Alright, so how do you get all the parts to craft yourself the Nemesis? Part of the parts are time-gated. One of the parts is always there, the one entitled Basin. The time-gated ones are hidden in, well, they're not hidden. They're dropped from the final boss in one of the other 3 strongholds, but only when the stronghold is played through while it's under invasion. However, only one stronghold at a time can be set to be invaded. It rotates every week. So this week, for example, it is District Union Arena. When World Tier 5 came out originally, it was Capitol Hill. Then the week after it was Roswell Island. And then this week, it's District Union Arena. Now, if you're only starting now and you're thinking, God, I missed all the other ones, it should rotate back around, and the week after this one should be again Capitol Hill, and you should be able to set it to invasion. Now, once you played your story missions through and you finished all the strongholds and you want to get the drops, all you really have to do is go back to the stronghold of the week, go to the difficulty setting, and you will see an option here to toggle it to invasion. So just toggle it, and there you go. And now the boss will be there that drops the item. Now, I know this may have sounded a little bit confusing with the stronghold that is weekly rotated through to be under invasion, but if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Now, the drops themselves, what do you get where? When Capitol Hill is under invasion and you defeat the final boss, you will get the barrel for the Nemesis. Then the week after that, if it rotates in the same way, Roswell Island should be under invasion, and you will then defeat the final boss to get the bolt. You then will be able to go in the following week into District Union, which happens to be this week as I make this video, and the final boss will drop the stock. So the only things you're missing right now is the scope then and the blueprint. The blueprint doesn't drop until you have all the pieces. At least this is how it was for me. So let's focus on the scope. The scope drops from Untitled Basin. Well, it's not really a drop as such. You have to actually do something else than just killing a boss. While you're playing the stronghold, you will come across an area where you fight your way up the stairs into a little block building, and in there is a laptop that you need to activate to open a gate. As you do that, if you actually look behind you and turn around, you see a staircase going up into the top of the building, and right there on a bunk bed you will see a key. I think it's a Black Tusk key or something. So you pick it up, and you will need that later on in the mission. So you continue playing through the stronghold, and at some point you fight your way through like a hovercraft, big huge hovercraft thing, and as you get to the end of that to chase the final boss, you come to a room with 2 doors, one on the left and one on the right. Everybody's obviously running to the right. However, the door on the left is the one that you can open with your key. Once you open this door, you will be able to open a weapon crate. That weapon crate will drop a weapon called the Astrestia SR1, which you then have to destroy to get the scope. So you have to dismantle it, deconstruct it, and that will give you the scope. Alright, the blueprint. Once you have all the pieces, you have to play the Grand Washington Hotel mission under invasion. Now this was confusing to me because it was under invasion originally, because you need to complete it to unlock the District Union Arena stronghold. But you didn't have the piece at the time when you unlock it. So once you get the piece from the District Union Arena and you have all the pieces together, go back to the Grand Washington Hotel, and again, like you did with the stronghold, change the difficulty and you should see the toggle invasion. And that's it. And once you change it to invasion, you can see Puck is being added as the boss. He's actually the first boss in the atrium, and you kill him and he will drop the blueprint. So there's no need to actually finish the whole mission. You just go and do the first boss. Now, I hope this wasn't too confusing to you guys and I explained it all right. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer. Now, again, I'm not used to making these type of videos, so if they're a bit janky or they're not as professional looking, I apologize up front, but I hope you got something out of it and it helped you in some way or another. Anyway, I hope you had a good time with the episode. If you did, remember to kick that like button in the balls, and I hope to see you guys in another video. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Until then, as always, viel Spaß and happy gaming.